So I promised you a Scotia's grave video where I want to give you a little bit of info on the situation. So it was interesting because when I went up there to confirm that the sign is gone, marking the entrance to Scotia's grave, I did meet somebody, and I don't want to go into huge specifics because it's anonymous, right? But the person did seem to be a local, and when I talked to them about the situation, they seemed to be a little bit hesitant when I was talking to them. In the beginning, they certainly weren't hearing what I was saying, because this place I have a huge affinity for. Myself and my friends' family were up there when we were very young. Like, we used to go up there all the time. So I'm almost 41 years old. We were going up there 30 years ago. And my father will tell you that they were going up there for decades, right? So this place is a long-term, long-standing heritage site. Now, the problem you have is that it has been investigated. It seems, from what I read, it doesn't seem like there was a huge investigation into the reality of the place. Unless we can get the access to what they actually said and what they actually did, then it remains a little bit suspect, because shouldn't there be some sort of thorough investigation or perhaps an excavation, an archaeological dig or something? So anyway, look, I'm speculating a lot, right? So I'm not saying that I'm an archaeological expert, or I'm only speaking as a layperson here, right? So that's the reality, and that's always the way I'm speaking, as a layperson, with opinions, with experience in terms of research, with experience in terms of these sites. Just to get back to that conversation that I had with this guy, it was a bit weird. I'm going to be honest with you. It was a bit weird because it was mentioned about it being private land. It was kind of like, oh yeah, I didn't really notice the sign was gone. Like, what? Like, because they're up there all the time, they were mentioning. It turns out they were definitely local. And but when I kind of like just cut the conversation short, when I realized it wasn't getting anywhere, he kind of changed his tune then, and he was like saying, oh, you can go in a different way and you can do this and you do that. And I'm just like, yeah, but like, this is the entrance, and when he mentioned about private property, I did say, but it's a heritage site, so we've been coming up here for decades ago. It is a heritage site, and it is marketed as such, and it has been marketed as such. It's not technically a monument. So for instance, the gate is not locked. There is no sign up there that says no one's allowed in. There's none of this. So really, ultimately, where I think the mix-up and what I'm starting to see here is that, and even from the discussion with the guy, is that yes, it is a place that is a heritage site and actually has been cared for by the likes of the Kerry County Council. And the guy did mention that it was around 20 years ago, and I remember that they created this Scotia's corner at the end of the road, which is on the Tralee side. And you get the impression that this place is looked after by the Kerry County Council because of the sign that's there, and that the sign is probably under the remit of them. But then there is a little bit of a kind of a caveat here as well. I was talking to another local person as well that is in the know, that knows these places like the back of his hand, and he did say that potentially let's just say there are people that don't want people going up there. That's basically the impression I was getting. And it is possible the sign was taken down by somebody. And I'm not saying who, but let's just say it's someone else. That's because I just don't know how the sign would go missing. Or how could it just fall off? Like, it's one of those actual road signs, unless it's taken down, because it's just an empty pole. So this brings in a lot of different kind of talking points around it, and I did reach out to Kerry County Council, and actually I have not heard anything back yet, so I will actually continue. I'm going to get in touch with some councillors, and I will continue to see like what the situation is with the place and try to get some answers. So look, if it is a case that there's someone involved with this that doesn't want people going in there, it is quite, for me, it would be quite depressing and disappointing and sad that somebody would stop people going in there, or doesn't want people going in there. The other thing is as well is that it's a very big shame that people are going up there and they're missing the actual entrance because of the sign being taken down. So, or missing, right? I think as well the fact that I haven't got a message back is a clear indication that there is something a bit more complex and complicated about the scenario. So that is something I'm going to look into. Again, these are all just speculations, just my opinions. I'm not saying anything's factual or anything like that. You always do your own research. It's something that I want to look into because Scotia's grave, Scotia's Glen, is a very important heritage site. It's very important for our mythology and folklore. It's very important for our history. It's very important for the locals of Tralee, and it's very important for the wider world. Before I sum up everything, I want to get across the message here as well, because you just get a lot of people that just jump in with the usual stuff, right? It's like, oh, we don't want it to be a commercial venture, or we don't want loads of people going up there. It's not like some sort of new thing, right? You don't understand it, do you? It's been always there. Don't worry, people aren't just going to go up there to this place because it's very difficult. There's not much parking. For me, do I really want to bring in this parking lot? No, I probably don't. Like, I would say you either get a parking place somewhere else and walk up to it. You know, the people do this. We used to do it as kids. Also as well, it's not a place where you want to go when it's wet, because unless you have Wellingtons, unless you have the proper footwear, it's a very difficult spot. So really it is only for the people that are very, very, very committed to going up there. Also, this whole idea of it being a sacred place, it has always been a sacred place. We've always respected Scotia's grave. It's always been respected. People don't go, like, people aren't going up there hanging around, you know. It's not a kind of a hangout spot. It's a place you have to hike to. It's a place that it's hard to get to. So it's never going to be easy, or it's never going to be commercialized. So let's just get that all. That's not the purpose of this. The purpose of this is just highlighting the fact where the entrance is, and also like what's going on with this place. Why is the sign not replaced? Why is the sign not there? What is actually happening? This place should be looked after, in my opinion, right? So another thing is as well, one last thing is that people get confused because when you go in the gate, they don't know whether to go left or right. You have to always go down left, and you always have to go. Someone was saying, oh, how can you go down a valley and upstream at the same time? Here's the valley. Even if the valley is going down this way, with the stream going down this way, but you're at the top of the valley at an elevation. So you go down the valley, even if it is upstream. When you go down into the valley to get to the stream, then you go upstream and go over the 3 bridges to get to Scotia's grave. What's disheartening is that this place is not actually frequented by hikers as much as it used to be. And I would love for it to be, because it's very important. If this was, I said it to the guy on the day, if this was in Killarney, the place would be cleaned up, there would be a sign there, local communities would get together and sort it out. Like, it's just a reality. So yeah, that's been the Scotia's Glen grave video controversy. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you're interested in supporting the mission, there are ways to donate in the description. You can buy my book, The Forgotten Prince, as well, which is always helpful. Merch is on the way very soon. If you see this video when the merch is available, please do support the mission by buying some merch. And you can sign up to my mailing list as well. And I endeavour to send an email once a week. Sometimes I miss it because of life, but usually it's once a week. And also I keep you updated, premieres, etc. And you get a discount code for merch as well. Then as well, make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you hit the notification bell. If you think someone would enjoy this video, make sure you share it with them. Leave a comment. When you're watching all the way through, leaving a comment, this is a huge help. So thank you so much. If you're interested in watching something else, I'm actually going to leave a nice related video up here as well. So, or it's either up here or up here. I think it's going to be up here. Thank you so much. Goramina Mahagwiv Goler Makorja. Be made it kind. Slán go fóill.